Hi, everybody. We're going to go through the exercise of creating a Facebook page. If you haven't done so in the past, you're going to learn how to do that now. And if you have created pages in the past, I can almost guarantee there are areas where you may have overlooked inputting some information. The biggest challenge of setting up a Facebook page is doing it right the first time. So this is what we're going to go through. Is I'm going to show you some of the things that we need to do. It's painstakingly boring. However, it's something that needs to be done. So anyway, first of all, you need to go to your personal profile. If you don't have a Facebook profile, you need to set one up. When you set up a business page, a Facebook page, nobody knows that you're behind the setup or you're the creator of the page. Your personal profile and the business page or the Facebook page are totally separate entities. No one will ever know that you're part of it, that you're adding content to it, whatever. The business or the Facebook page is the actual organization or entity in itself. You just need to have a personal profile in order to access it and create more pages. You can create unlimited number of pages. There's no limit to the number of pages you can create. So if you're going to go in business of doing this for other local businesses, you can create as many pages as you want. And you can be the admin and all that good stuff. So anyway, here you are at your page, your personal profile. And what you need to do is go up to this blue area here and click on this little drop-down menu, and it'll if you have created pages in the past, it'll show you some of the pages you've created. But you can see here there's a tab that says Create Page. Click on that, and it's going to bring you to this page. Now you need to decide what type of business you are. If you're a national business or an international business, you'll probably click on Company or Organization. Or if you're an institution or a non-profit, you may want to go into something, click on this. What these 6 options do is they give you some added features based on what the needs are for, let's say if you're a cause or a community organization, there may be some little tweaks in how this is all set up. If you're in entertainment, there's going to be things in there. If you're a brand or a product, there's going to be certain maybe features that are not available for a local business. So you got to decide what you want to be. Now you can be a company and organization, and you can create brand or product pages for bigger brands, bigger companies. They will a brand will have its own Facebook page, its own following. So something also to consider going forward. However, what we're going to do for this purpose is we're going to just concentrate on creating a local business or place. So I'm going to click on this. And what this does is this brings up a request for some information. I'm going to use some fictitious information here that I had with, this is group number 2 project that, so it's B2B, Cleaning Services Company. Place, category, for example, coffee shop. I'm just going to say cleaning service. Start typing in the type of business you are. You'll get a drop-down menu, and that's what I'm going to click on right there. Street address, 2415 Curay. Well, now, your address and everything you're going to take from your swipe file for your name, address, and phone number. Make sure you always keep the name of your company and the address consistent on anything that you build. It's important going forward to have this type of consistency. Okay, I'm saying we're in Laval, Quebec. Great. Postal code is H7T1R3. Phone number 514. I want to put my own number 63357 for now. You're going to have to fill in all this information. Once this information is filled in, I don't know why I didn't take that. There we go. Let's try this. Laval, Quebec. Good. Everything's all good. Then you click on Get Started. And you wait for everything to come through, and here we go. Now, Facebook is getting better as far as guiding you through the overall setup. Now, if you're not ready with certain things, you can skip. But they're going to ask you to upload a profile picture, which is this little square picture right here. It's square in dimensions. It could be 180 by 180 or 170 pixels by 170. Generally, what goes on here is the company logo. If this was your personal profile, you'd put a photo of yourself. However, in this case, to upload a profile picture, you would get a square image of your logo, your organization's logo, and you put it up there for branding purposes. If you want, though, you can skip. I don't have one ready yet, so I'm just going to go skip at this point in time. Then it's going to ask you to add a cover photo. Now, this is interesting, because the cover photo, the dimension for a desktop cover photo is 820 pixels by 312 pixels. However, for a smartphone, the dimensions are 640 pixels by 360 pixels. So, there's two different dimensions, and here's the interesting thing. If you build your photo for your image here, your cover photo for a desktop, it may look a little bit funny when it comes and you look at it on a phone. There may be some information that is cut off. So what we found, or what I have found, is that the ideal dimension is 820 pixels by 462 pixels. I'll supply everybody with a template that they can use, because there's certain areas where you want to keep the important information, and then on a desktop, certain areas will cut out certain information. So it's just positioning the information that you want. It's not enough just to place an image. You want to place the image, maybe put the name of the company, maybe put your phone number, maybe put your website address. You want to put a little bit of text there, possibly maybe even explaining if you have a slogan for your company or your product, you can also add that in as well. So there's a number of things that we can look at, but we'll do that on another time in the class, actually. But since I don't have an uploaded cover photo, I'm going to skip this as well. And we're going to see what brings us up next. Okay, so here we are. Just get rid of that. You can invite your friends. I don't want to invite any of my friends on this right now. I'm just setting this up for demonstration purposes. They're going to invite you to publish your first post. So you can do that as well. You can upload a photo, a video, you can do a live video, you can do an event, you can do a product. I'm just trying to see here. Create an event. You can write a list. There's a number of different options. Write a note, create a poll for people to vote on. Explore this. Go through and see what is going on, what options you have here, so that you can get people to call your business. That's another thing. If you have an actual phone number and you prefer people to call your business, or if you're something like a restaurant, you may want people to find your business. So click on there and see what if I click on that, what is it going to do? Well, I can write something, and then I can put some information here. And look at this, call now. So when I click on that, it's going to call, or it's going to set up to call the phone number that I inputted when I set up the Facebook page in the first place. So all that's good stuff. You do your first post. We'll talk about what you can do with regards to images, video, the sizing, and all that good stuff. But this is what they're going through to ask you now. So they're guiding you through to start to populate your Facebook page with some content. We'll leave that for a later date because there's other things that are more important. In the setup of your Facebook page, there's two main areas that you need to look at. Up on the top, you have this tab here called Settings. When you click on that, it's going to bring you to a new window. And this is, you got two columns. You see here we have General, that's in bold, and you've got all of this information here. And if you click on Messaging, you're going to have some additional information. If you click on Edit Page, You have some other options here to work on. Every tab here requires you to put in some information or set things up in general. So let's go back to the main one, general one. This is the first one you have to fill out. Page visibility. The page is published. You can edit that. You can unpublish the page if you wish. I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave it as unpublished for now for demonstration purposes. Remember always to click Save Changes whenever you change something. And they're going to ask you the reason. Why are you unpublishing this page? Well, because it's not finished yet. There you go. All right. What do you need to finish your page? Additional content. And that's it. So unpublish. Your page is now unpublished. Republish your page soon to connect to your audience on Facebook. Yeah, thanks a lot for the heads up. One of the things here you can do, next one we look at is visitor posts. Anyone can publish to your page. Anyone can add a photo or videos to your page. You can edit this. Now this is important. If you don't mind allowing your customers to upload content, that's fine, but it can be kind of dangerous. If you're trying to manage your brand, trying to manage the content on there, you may want to restrict this so that allow visitors to publish posts. No, you unclick that. Allow photos and video posts. No. What you could do is you could require to review anything before it goes live. So you could click on that. If you want your audience to participate, you want to give them that option to engage on your page, that's okay. But I would strongly suggest that you review the post so that somebody doesn't throw up some incriminating images or text that may turn off some of your other followers. So, save changes. Go to the next one, newsfeed audience, visibility for posts. So you click on that and allow newsfeed audience selection and post visibility options for this page. If you click on that, it just gives you some options here as far as visibility. Messages. People can contact my page privately. That's the default. I usually leave that. I want people to contact me privately if they have a question. So save that. Tagging ability. Only people who help manage my page can tag photos posted on it. You want to keep that limited. Obviously, people who are managing your page, admins, people producing content may want to tag certain people that they may know. When you tag somebody, obviously, they get alerted that they've been tagged so they can go check out what's going on. Others tagging this page. People on other pages can tag my page. So what you want to do is allow people and other people to tag this. It's your choice. You have to decide where you want to go, what you want to do. Whatever you decide, make sure you save the changes. I'm going to go through this general section line by line because there's a lot of stuff here that you need to fill out right the first time. Page location for frames. Let's see here. Other people can use your page's location for photo and video frames. That's if they want to use your Facebook page to share content. Up to you whether you want to have that happen or not. Country restrictions. What you can do is you can hide this page from viewers in these countries. For example, if you are, or you can say only show this page to viewers in these countries. If you're a national brand, what you can do is, let's say you're only working in Canada, click in Canada, and then click that I only want people in Canada to see this page, and you go Save Changes. If you're international, then go international. If you're just in the US, then just do it in the US. Age restrictions. Generally, you can leave this open. However, anyone 13 above. However, if it is adult type content or content that's sensitive in nature that you don't want 13-year-olds or 18-year-olds listening to it or watching it or engaging in it, then you can limit this as well. So you can limit 17 over, 18 over, 21 and over. It's really up to you. I'm going to leave this at 13 plus. Page moderation. No words are blocked from the page. This is something interesting that you should take a look at. You don't necessarily have to put here. These are for posts or comments. You don't necessarily have to put in swear words because you can do that in the profanity filter. However, one thing you don't want to do, some people don't have scruples or don't have any backbone, and sometimes competitors will go onto your popular posts and start putting links to their website. So you want to stop that. You don't want people doing that. So here's what you do: is you would put in www dot as a word or something that would block that you wanted to block out. HTTP. The HTTPS and block that out. It could be www dot or just www and put a comma there. So a number of variations here. HTTP / You can play with some variations there. The key thing is that you don't want people inserting links to get people off of your page and have them go to the competition or some other page. So I would save those changes, but this is something that's important that we'd put in here. Save those changes. This way, if somebody puts in a comment, oh, go see my page at www.competitor.com, it's not going to catch. It's not going to fly. Profanity filter, it's turned off. If you're a business, depending on your market sector, I usually put this to strong. I really don't want people using profanity on my page. It doesn't reflect well on my brand. Where are we going next here? Similar page suggestions. Choose whether your page is recommended to others. If you want some exposure, and you can just, usually by default it's left as yes. I'm going to leave that. And page moderation, profanity, page updates. Page posts are automatically published when you update page info. Yeah. Reach milestones, receive reviews, and more. So what you can do here is automatically publish posts when info is updated on this page. Yeah, I leave that as is. Let's go to this one. Post in multiple languages. And this might be important for Quebec, you may want to post in a couple of different languages, French and English. If you want that, click it and say save. Save changes. This way you allow multilingual comments to be added. Translate automatically. Your post may show translations automatically for people who read other languages. That's the default. I would leave it like that. The translation component of Facebook is getting better as artificial intelligence gets better, so I'd leave that like that. Comment ranking. Most recent comments are shown for my page by default. Again, you have options here, but see the most relevant comments by default. I'll click on that, save changes. And the next one here, content distribution. Downloading to Facebook is allowed. Prohibit downloading to Facebook. I usually leave this as a default. It doesn't really matter. Download page. You may want to be able to download the page. Get a copy of your... hang on. This thing's buggy. It's bouncing all over the place. Get a copy of your pages, posts, photos, videos, and page info, and download that. So you can download the page here as well if you wish to have a record on your hard drive. Merge pages. If you have created a page, and sometimes people in an organization, this happens in companies quite a bit, they have maybe started a Facebook page several years ago. They may have 20, 30 followers on there, but it has been dormant. The brand's changed. They want to make a brand new one, so they want to start fresh. They can do that, but you can merge pages here so that what happens is that you can keep the followers from the previous page and combine them all into the new one. I often get asked this question, what if I'm fed up and I don't want to work on this Facebook page anymore and I want to delete it? You can click here to delete your page. Now, Facebook well, say they will delete it within 14 days or 30 days. There's a certain time limit period. If you change your mind, you can save your page before it actually disappears altogether. But if you want to remove your page, that's where you click to get rid of it. So that's for the general. For messaging, let's just click on that. You can set up your general settings for messaging. Again, this is just a preference on what you feel comfortable with. Use a return key to send messages. I turn that off because often I click the return key to go to a new line, and then it sends a message that's only half written. So I've shut that off. Prompt visitors to send messages. You leave that on. Help people start a conversation with your page. You want to leave that on because going forward, Facebook is looking at conversations and engagement as your main source of making your page more popular. Response assistant. Okay, this is kind of neat. Somebody sends you a message and you're not in front of your computer at that time. You can set up certain messages here. If they send you a message, you can send an immediate reply saying, hey, we got your message. Thank you very much. I'm not at our computer right now. Or you could say, we will respond within the next 24 hours or within the next business day or the next 2 business days. You decide your time frame in which you're going to respond in. At least this way, when somebody sends something, they're not going to be expecting a reply right away, because some people get a little bit impatient and they expect you to reply right away. But if you're busy running your business, how can you do that? So manage the expectations. Say, listen, thanks very much. I will get back to you within this period of time. Stay responsive when you can't get to your computer or phone, so you can then add a different type of message here. Show a messenger greeting. So greeting a person, people that will be seeing your page for the first time or using Messenger, you can put a greeting there saying, hi, welcome to our page. And then maybe add a little bit more information there. So there's a little bit of automatic messaging that you can set up. Let's look at the edit page. Okay, there are current templates. Since we clicked on the business page, there are current templates that we can use. However, since we're a local business, we can click on services, business, venues, nonprofit. There's different templates that you can choose if you're a restaurant, cafe, shopping, whatever the case may be. So you have a few options here. It just sort of changes the template a little bit. You can play around with this to see what you like the best. Tabs. Click and drag a tab name to rearrange the order. Leave that on. Now listen, when you go to your actual page, let's just go here. If we look in this site here, I've got services and reviews, see more, shop, offers, photos, videos, posts. I may not like the way this is, the hierarchy of this. I may have a big event coming up. I may want to have this event come closer to the top. So what do? We go back into settings, go back into the edit page. You click on, or go to the tab section here, and this is where you have all of your various tabs that you can add to the left column of your page. You can add other information. You can add live videos if you're going to be big on that. You can add a tab for notes where you can just put educational type of information. It's up to you. You can add those in. However, if you have a big event coming up and you want to make that front and center, what you can do is move that up to there. So now when I go back on the menu, post is going to be first. If reviews are important and you've got some great 5-star reviews and some glowing comments from your happy customers, you may want to keep that near the top. Services, you may want to list that so that people will know your complete services. Now, regarding shop and offers and all that, if you have an offer coming up, you can maybe move that one to the top. So you can play around with this based on what's happening with your organization and what you want to do, what you want to showcase. What are we? Post attribution. All right. This is where you keep yourself anonymous. Yes, I set up this page. There's my name. I can post as myself if I want to do that. However, any post that you add onto your page, this is the default. You're posting as the company, as the entity. So I usually leave that as is. Okay. Notifications. Now this is important because it can drive you crazy. Do you want to get a notification each time your page receives a message? Yes, most likely. If somebody is sending you a question or whatever, you want to respond quickly. Get an email each time there's an activity on your page or an important page update. That's up to you. You're going to get a lot of emails. You want to leave that on. You may want to turn that off. You may opt to get text messages instead. So this is basically saying, okay, and again, here, edit your notifications for new page check-in, new page mention, new page review. You may want to turn this one on. And if somebody leaves a review, you say, send me a text, not an email, because I don't do that too often. And what I'll do then is if you send me a text, I can go on the page and say, hey, thanks for the review. And you can respond quickly so that you know that people are leaving you information, that kind of thing, or a nice review, or maybe it's a not so nice review, and you can deal with it very quickly and respond quickly. People who visit your page understand that you're going to get a possible less than favorable review. What's important is that you respond as quickly as possible. If you get a new follower to your page, you may want to turn that on and say, hey, thanks for following. New likes on a post, you can sit there and say, hey, thanks for liking. You want to sit there and increase the engagement. You want to be able to respond. If somebody does take the time to like something or add a comment, you maybe want to respond back. Engagement and conversations and comments going back and forth is extremely important. So you decide what you want to turn on, what you want to turn off, and how you want to receive notifications. That's all done right here. Messenger platform. Let's see, we got settings. The apps that are currently subscribed to your page and their information will be listed here. Okay, great. Link your app to your page. Okay, I'm not getting involved in any kind of messenger apps, so I'm going to leave that as is. If we go to videos, let's see what that brings us. Okay, there's some stuff here you can take a look at. Create a live creative kit for your page. If you set up a live creative kit, you can customize elements of your live videos, including the intros and outro videos and effects. So if you're going to do a lot of live videos, you can go in here and create an intro and an outro. Makes things look a little bit more professional. It's up to you. You can play around with that. Page roles. Here's, if you need help, if you hire somebody to help you out and add content, here what you do is you get them to like your page, and what you can do then, or you find them on Facebook and you type in their name and you can assign them as an editor, a moderator, they could be an advertiser, an analyst, a live contributor. Usually it's editor, moderator. Make sure you limit the number of people you have as an admin, especially if you're working in an organization and you have employees. If you're the owner, then you should be the admin of this page. Everybody else should be something lower. I've had cases where something's happened and they've had to let go of an employee who was the admin of the Facebook page, and guess what? They hijacked the Facebook page. They kicked everybody else off, and they started putting some less than favorable comments and nasty stuff on there. Hey, it happens. Stay in control. If you own the company, you're the admin. If it's a business that is public, then pick 2 or 3 key people so that if one person gets let go, at least one of the other admins can go and remove them as an admin so that they can't create any big issues. Fair enough? People in other places. Let's see what that does. You can like other pages, other people, and connect with them. Preferred page audience. They removed that. You used to be able to say the type of audience you wanted to get your page sort of in front of. Facebook has removed that option altogether. So you go through all of this, the Instagram. Now, here's another one I want to show you. If you work for a company that has multiple locations, and each location has their own Facebook page. It could be a franchise, and let's say you're working at the head office. So you want to, and everybody has their own local Facebook page. You put something up on the corporate page. You want to share that with all the other your regional pages. You can cross post at the same time, so it makes things nice and easy and quick. Let's see, calendar settings. What do we do here? Okay, you can use a Google Calendar. You can choose which calendar you want to use, and that's basically that. So that's all for going through all these tabs. It's a long process. You got to do it though. You do it once, you get familiar. What I also suggest is you may want to visit the settings every 3 to 6 months, because Facebook will add stuff or they'll take stuff away. They may add some features that you didn't know about that you may want to take advantage of. So it's important to go and visit this page every 3 to 6 months. That's it for now. And this is sort of how you set up the main things. Our next video will show you the second stage of what you need to fill out for your page. This is all the background stuff in the settings. This is not very glamorous, not very sexy, but it's got to be done. Now we've done it. Great. Video's over. We'll talk soon. Take care.